Hi everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel and another STAMPtember 2025 limited edition collaboration video. Today is focusing on Concord and 9th. Today we're going to create a birthday themed card using one of my favorite techniques, which is an all over design featuring stamped and die cut images. This is the wonderful full of happy stamp set. There are coordinating dies. Yes, they are untabbed, and we are going to start with our background today. Now, full disclosure, I stamped all of these images in different colors first before working on my background, and it was so disjointed. I was not loving the colors. It just wasn't working. Sometimes it just doesn't work. So I started over, and I decided to start with something I've been doing a little bit lately that I absolutely love, and that is creating a black tone-on-tone background. I love the texture of black embossing on a black cardstock background. And even though we are adding all over design to this card, I love the little hint of text that you can see in the background of this card design. It doesn't overpower. It's just nice and soft in the background. So I completely started with a background and I built from that. I have prepped a 4 by 5¼ inch panel of smooth black cardstock with a powder tool. I have embossed the Scripty birthday background stamp from Simon Says Stamp with black embossing powder, and then we're going to heat set it. Now, anytime you're doing an all over background, no matter what it is, you just want to take your time with this. I also highly recommend a powder tool because it's going to help your embossing powder stick just to where you want it to go. Now, even at this, pop a greeting on there, pop one of the birthday hats from this full of happy stamp set on here. Absolutely adorable. We could totally go simple with this and keep a little bit more of that background visible, and I think that would be really, really cute as well. I just was more in the mood to be extra today, as always. So next, we are going to take our full of happy images. Now, Concord and 9th is so well known for their images that layer, and this is no exception. So these birthday hats, you guys, are going to be one of your favorite products. And as I contemplated a color combination, one of the colors from my original stamping of these was the apple color of Positively Saturated ink from Simon Says Stamp. And I really loved the apple color, and that's what I built on. I have really been in a pink and red mood just in general. And so I thought, well, what pink can we use? There is a new color of pink from Simon Says Stamp that is running neck and neck with one of my favorite shades from Lawn Fawn, the ballet slipper. This is called Ballerina, and I love that it kind of is in that same name family. So I am using the brand new Ballerina ink. I'm using apple, and finally we're using Rhubarb. And you'll notice that I stamped 2 sets of the set of birthday hats that when you use the 3 sets of stamped images, it creates 4 hats. And then there's an individual larger crown hat, and I stamped it a couple of times as well. I do think I maybe end up using all of these on the background, at least portions of them. My theory when I was stamping this was better too many than not enough. I didn't really want to come back and have to stamp a bunch of these. Then I'm going to take the coordinating dies and die cut all of my sentiments. Off camera, I have done a lot of stamping of sentiments from our full of happy stamp set. So we've got 2 sentiments here. I'm going to start with the Hope Your Day is Full of Happy and Party, Party, Party that were stamped on black cardstock with clear embossing ink and heat embossed with white embossing powder, popped up kind of in the middle. These are our main sentiments. I knew I wanted to use So Glad You Were Born. So I stamped that sentiment, hooray, yippee, and woohoo, on white cardstock using Simon Says Stamp Nocturne ink. So kind of a reverse, stamping black ink on white cardstock. And then we're going to build our background. Now, So Glad You Were Born, yippee, and woohoo, these are all going to be components incorporated into the background, even though, yes, they are technically sentiments. I've kind of combined the hooray into the main sentiment there, but what we're doing is we're popping everything up with foam adhesive. While I have everything laid out, it actually does not have foam, or it isn't stuck down. Why I did this was I wanted to lay it out and make sure that I had accounted for and left room for enough of the images if I needed to adjust anything, if I needed extra, etc. So then I just laid them out, and then I'm going to go through, remove the backing paper from each of these, and then pop them down in place. Super simple, super effective. You could do this with so many stamp sets. Now, once you're done, go ahead, flip your panel over and trim off the excess. I chose to do all of this on the 4x5¼ inch background today so that when I place this on my card base and we have that wonderful white border, it's going to tie into the white border around all of our images as well as the white embossing. Now I'm taking some of those leftover pieces, and if I see some quote unquote holes around the edges, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate those. I think I did this in a couple of spots. You're going to have a little bit of waste, but not a ton. And this gives you that look of an all over background that I absolutely adore. Once we have this, we are going to glue this down to our white top fold card base. Now our card could be done. You could go and add gems. You could do all kinds of things at this point. I am obsessed with the new Tim Holtz Rock Candy glitters. And so I am going to choose to glitter some of the components on our card today. It's going to dress them all up. It's going to be the perfect finishing touch. So I'm going to grab some glossy accents. We're going to draw this on like the diamond shapes, the hearts, the pom-poms on the hats, polka dots on the hats. I didn't want to go over the top with my glitter. I wanted more of it to be more like subtle glitter accents, kind of like you might get on even pattern paper. You guys know there's those specialty papers out there that have like glittered accents. That's kind of how I'm approaching the glittering for my party hats. Once I have that glossy accents, instead of dumping the glitter on my card, I don't actually love doing this step last. I'm actually just going to pick little bits of it up with my fingers and glitter it. And then I am going to tap it off on an excess piece of paper that I can then funnel back into my container. But that way I'm not dumping this giant thing right on my card. I just wasn't feeling super good about that. Okay, and here is our finished card design. It looks absolutely amazing, so pretty. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for another STAMPtember video, this time featuring Concord and 9th. The supplies I used to create my card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Don't forget, these collaboration sets are only available for a limited time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me today for another paper crafting tutorial. I love being able to share with this incredible community of crafters. I want to give a huge shout out and special thank you to my amazing Patreon members. If you're interested in joining Patreon, please click the link in the description underneath the video here on YouTube. Patreon is a private community where you can support more of what I do. There is exclusive content, information, and behind-the-scenes content. Top-tier members will receive a handmade birthday card during your birthday month, access to D-Stash, and monthly exclusive lives, plus so much more. We would love to have you join our growing community.